Hello there. This is Ben Dunn, the creator of Antarctic Press, Ninja High School, Warrior Nun, Marvel Mangaverse, and a host of other series you probably never heard of, but I did anyway, and been in the business for nearly 40 years, which is a long time. So today I want to discuss one of the things that has kept AP alive for the last almost 40 years. Is that I'm lucky to have a brother like Joe. Now, he's my younger brother, and to be honest, left on my own devices, Antarctic Press probably would have gone out of business years ago because I am not good with money. I will be honest with you, I am quite frankly terrible with money. It's just one of those things that just it's in my nature. But fortunately, my brother is very good with money. So back in the late 80s, around 89, Antarctic Press was in really bad state of, really been a bad state. The black and white boom had crashed. Black and white comics were now, publishers were falling like flies. And comic shops had drastically cut their orders on black and white comics, and Antarctic Press was definitely not immune to the situation at hand. But my brother volunteered to take over the finances of the company, and he told me we needed a book that sold. The only book that was selling at the time was Ninja High School, but it was at Eternity Comics. We didn't have that book. So I asked Eternity Comics if I could do a fan-driven anthology called the Ninja High School Yearbook. And they said, yeah, go ahead. Do whatever you want. I said, okay. So we solicited the first issue of the Ninja High School Yearbook because, quite frankly, I had gotten tons of submissions. People were sending me stories about the Ninja High School characters, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I said, you know what, let's do something with this. So we gathered all the stories I could get of the Ninja High School that were sent in by fans and decided to put them in a thing called Ninja High School Yearbook. And we solicited it, and it sold really well. I mean, it sold so well that it saved the company. It gave us enough capital to keep going, and we were able to put out more books and stay afloat. So, if it wasn't for him, this company would not be here, quite frankly. I sometimes compare it to the dynamic that Walt Disney and Roy Disney had. Walt was the creative force, and Roy was the financial force. And quite frankly, money is what drives everything. I mean, a lot of people don't want to admit it, but it's true. The mix of art and commerce has always been a tricky tightrope to walk. We want to create things, and we want to have and share them with other people. We want to share ideas with other people. The only thing is, in order to, unless you are financially independent, then you're going to have to eventually make some money off your idea, your project, and at the time it was difficult to do that. The only way you could get your comic out there was through the direct market. I mean, you could sell direct, but it was not an easy proposition because frankly, you had to print your book way ahead of time and hope it sold. And that was just the way it was, and then when Kickstarter came along, crowdfunding came along, that changed everything. Now people can finance their own projects through the will of other people who decide to support that project. And so it has changed the face of comics. The only thing is that crowdfunding means you sell directly to the consumer. That means nobody else will see it unless that consumer decides to share that project with other people. So there is still an advantage of being in comic stores. Comic stores do allow vast numbers of people who frequent comic stores to be exposed to your comic, to your idea, to your project. So a little advice to the publishers or would-be publishers or creators out there, learn the business of doing comics. Know how to do taxes, know how to do financing, know how to do profit and loss, know how to change and, pivot if need be, to keep yourself financially viable. I mean, it's just a fact of the matter. That's the truth. So, and speaking of crowdfunding, I do have a project out there, Bikini Sentai G Ranger. The link is below if you want to check it out. Hopefully you'll support it. And also, as like everybody on this YouTube thing does, please like and subscribe, because I really would like to parlay this into something much larger. So I'm going to try to do more videos, talking about the business, talking about positivity in comics. It just always seems odd to me that people would, promote things they hate and not promote things they love. It just never made much sense to me. But maybe I'm just an old man shouting at clouds. Who knows? So until next time, this has been Dunn, signing off.